What's up, everybody? Hopefully, you're getting some time on the water and keeping that stoke alive. Was fortunate enough to go to the British Virgin Islands over spring break. They call this place the boating capital of the world. Totally makes sense. And I'm going to give you a quick overview of all the spots we checked out. If you like the water and you like boats, I'd highly recommend this trip. It makes for an awesome vacation. I went with my kids and my parents. We all had a blast. There's a little bit of everything for everyone. If you love the beaches, love beach bars, resorts, there's that. There's hiking, water sports, swimming, snorkeling, diving. It's just a lot to do there, a lot to check out. Went on a power cat this time, and that was pretty cool. Got to cover a lot of ground quick. There was very little wind, so the power cat worked out awesome. Went with the moorings. I'll put an upcoming video why I went with the moorings. They got the system down. Huge organization. After doing this trip, it left me thinking, man, it would be so much fun to load it up with a bunch of watermen, waterwomen, and go cruising, search for the waves, the wind, downwinders. Leave a comment or a suggestion. Let me know if you'd be interested or what you think. So here's a map of the British Virgin Islands. Everything's highlighted in red. And just to the west here is the U.S. Virgin Islands, St. John's. Main island is called Tortola with the little red dot. And just an ideal spot for boating. You can see there's many small islands that surround it, and you can just circle the island. And everything's pretty close. Navigation is usually just by sight, so pretty easy to do. Just gonna zoom out here. Yeah, just a little bit east of Puerto Rico there. Quick shot of the boat there. It was a Leopard 433, that was the model. Could sleep 6 comfortably, probably up to 8 if you wanted to push it. Anyways, this spot is the Indians, it's called, and it's the best snorkeling probably in the whole entire section. And a little further down, there's more snorkeling on Norman Island. It has some caves you can go into. Pretty cool to check out. And around the corner is the famous bar, Willy. Unfortunately, the original one sunk in that Hurricane Irma, but they got another one. Didn't go there with the kids though. Here it is right there, right beside this Pelican Island. Zooming out, there's the main island, Road Town. So you just rip down, quick little boat ride to the Indians. Everything's very close. Just to the southeast from the Pelicans by a kilometer approximately, there's Norman Island. It's got good snorkeling near these caves. You can go right in there. Definitely has me thinking of pirates and all the history around there. Bet there's some treasure in there. Anyways, and just around the corner from there is a great anchorage, mooring balls, and if you like drinking, you can go to the Willy famous bar. The original one sunk in the last Hurricane Irma, but they put another one up there. Also a restaurant and a bar right in on the beach on that bay called the Bite. On your screen coming up, just panning around, there's the Indians, and then off in the distance is Tortola and Road Town. Gonna zoom in a little bit here. Indians, that's Treasure Point where the snorkeling and the caves are, right where my cursor is. And we motored up into this bay, Pear Island. There's a little resort there, and anchored there for the night. We did that all in one day. So busy, but that's how I like it. So we were just hitting the highlights. We hit up 3 spots in one day. Would not have been possible on a sailboat. Suppose one advantage of the Power Cat, but there's excellent sailing through that whole channel called the Sir Francis Drake Channel. Also in 1 week you can't hit up all the spots There's some dive sites along the way that we passed and tons of stuff to do, tons of spots. Next spot we did was Marina Cay. Nice little island. There's a little restaurant bit there, very protected, and snorkeling right there is pretty good. Also, Scrub Island is right there, and it's a very pretty resort with a water slide, infinity pool overlooking the bay. It's pretty spectacular, so that's a great spot to check out. So all along that shoreline just west of Marina Cay, excellent snorkeling spot, pretty good coral, don't have to swim far, you can back up your boat right to it, anchor and be right there. And in the middle of the screen is Scrub Island right there. There's a lot of mooring balls, you can use those, you don't have to drop your anchor, but there's usually like a $50 fee. I didn't even use one once, just anchored the whole time, comfortable with that, and kind of go exactly where you want to and save 50 bucks. So why not? 5 minutes of work, no problem. I was bouncing on the water trampoline with my kids, and super nice couple came by with 2 water scooters, let my 6 and 8-year-old rip around on them. Just came up, was like, hey, you guys want to try that? So huge shout out to this amazing couple from Puerto Rico. Who was Virgin Gorda, spent a couple nights there, and right in this body of water here is called the North Sound. Great anchorage, very protected. Home of the Bitter End Yacht Club and Saba Rock. Those are the big attractions. Leverick Bay, also lots going on there. The drone is just above the North Sound right now. It's just going to pan around. Top of the screen is Necker Island, Richard Branson's. You can kite and wing, do some windsurfing in that body of water right there. This would be the very north end of Virgin Gorda. You can kind of see a trail along there. You can hike that. It's pretty good. It takes about an hour and just goes up that peak. Get some great views. Bitter End Yacht Club. There's where all the mooring balls are. There's tons of them right out front. And at the top of the screen is still Virgin Gorda. Coming into the center of the screen is called Prickly Pear Island, and they got the best beaches there. That's where I like to anchor, and it's just a quick dinghy into Saba Rock or the Bitter End Yacht Club. This is the Bitter End Yacht Club, and up on that peak is that hiking path, but this spot is real happening place. There's hotel rooms, restaurant, bars. Also, you can rent Hobie cats, Efoils, probably get some wing lessons, windsurfing, and just to the top left is another restaurant or bar called Saba Rock. Cool little spot. And right in front of Saba Rock, there's always jumbo tarpon. Kids like that, you can go look at them and feed them. It's pretty cool. Just beautiful spot. So this is Prickly Pear Island, just I guess to the very north part of the North Sound, and that's where we anchored. Really nice beach, less busy. There's some kind of bar there. Sometimes the people are there or not. Maybe it's for rent, but it's a great spot to anchor, and only like a 5-minute dinghy ride or less up to the Bitter End Yacht Club. And on the north side of this prickly pear island, the beach is even nicer with some okay snorkeling up there too. So what we're looking at right now is the north side of Prickly Pear Island. Technically it's not in the North Sound, but you just can dinghy around quick, and no mooring balls there, but pristine. The North Sound is one of my favorite spots. There's just lots to do, beautiful beaches, water sports, really cool spots, and I think I can say the same for my kids and parents as well. Definitely got to check it out. There they are. Here we are. Nice view. Cool hiking path on Virgin Gorda. So on the very southern tip of Virgin Gorda is a spot called the Bass, probably the most famous spot of the Virgin Islands. Such a beautiful, unique area with some absolutely stunning beaches, like powdery white sand with all these rocks in between it. So cool. And you got to watch out if there's any kind of north swell coming in or like northwest swell. You can't anchor there and swim in these rocks. You'll just get like bashed into the rocks. So that's something you have to keep in mind, is look out for the swells. That was probably the only day of the week that we could have went there, so that's why there's so many boats there. But walking through it, it was not that busy actually. So I'm pretty certain aliens brought these rocks in a couple thousand years ago. Brought here by aliens.
Hi, here's one.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, this is definitely from an alien.
Obvious.
Obviously. Nothing else could make this.
From the south part of Virgin Gorda, the Bass motored over to Guana Island, just north of Tortola there, zooming in, right at Monkey Point. Excellent snorkeling in there, and you anchor or moor right along this beach. There's a little resort there, really nice beach. So just going to the west of Guana Island, or Guana Island, I don't know. Guana fits me well. Anyways, moving to the west is Jost van Dyke, and lots going on there. Famous bar, the Soggy Dollars in White Bay, which is on the west side. And another bar called Foxy's. There's a huge New Year's party there. There's the Sandy Spit, which is a really good spot for winging and kiting, and there's a little bit of wave action going on there, just like a 1 acre little island. Very cute, very picturesque. The Sandy Spit would be an excellent spot to launch a kite. There's some wave action going on there. To the I guess east, some dry reefs, so you got to be careful, but really good foiling there, winging, kiting. Would love to hit it up with a bunch of like-minded people. I was with the family, concentrating on them, so I didn't hit it up. That was great. Lots of time with the kids. It was awesome. And this is up high, just panning around above Jost van Dyke, looking across that channel there, body of water would be Tortola, and yeah, just sitting around, it's a feast for your eyes no matter where you are here. It's just beautiful. So this is the very west side of Jost van Dyke, and the beach is very beautiful, the finest white sand, kind of powdery. Also, probably the biggest party spot, the famous Soggy dollar bar is there, lots of tour boats coming in there. I think it's the home of the painkiller drink, the original apparently. One other spot checked out was Cane Garden Bay. Zooming in on it, it's on the main island of Tortola, and it's a big bay, nice beach. Apparently it's one of the most popular beaches on the main island of Tortola, and a lot of cruise ships go there, so whether you're like that or not, avoid it when they come. So this is one of the main surf spots on the island. I wanted to check it out, never been there before. If there's like a north swell or northwest swell, it will work there. Unfortunately, I didn't get any drone footage while it was happening, but it looked pretty good there, and there's a couple other spots, but this one you can actually boat to, which is pretty cool. That wraps it up. I just hit up a few of the spots in the British Virgin Islands. As you can see, it's pretty amazing. If you want to do this yourself and you're looking for a captain, hit me up. I've been to this place 4 times. Each time I was kind of leading the way with our groups, and I can show you some winging, kiting, hunt some waves if there's some swell coming in. Also comment, maybe we could load up a boat of water people and just send it. Stay tuned, I'm going to do a video of the moorings base and why I chose the moorings. They got a great setup. I'll give you a full walkthrough of that. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, checking out my channel. If you could, hit that subscribe button, make me a very happy man. And until next time, keep that stoke alive. Go get some.